It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And up next is one of the league's best, Jalen Ramsey.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Tonight we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin here with Charles Davis. As always, and CD, you look at the Rams in this matchup, they know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. San Francisco readying for their first drive of the game on offense. And in his 9th season in the league, 6 with the 49ers, it's Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback.
People thought Jimmy Garoppolo was only going to be a one-year placeholder in San Francisco when the team took Trey Lance 3rd overall in the 2021 NFL Draft. But then he led the 6-seeded 49ers to the NFC title game just 2 years after taking them to within 1/4 of a Super Bowl victory.
Jimmy going to look to throw it on the first play. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. And here comes Matthew Stafford leading the Rams offense out there, just as he did last season when he captured his first and the Rams' second Super Bowl title.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
That's out to the flat for Akers. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. That's complete to the tight end Hopkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And here are the key inactives for them in this one. And obviously, Charles, are going to be without some important names this week.
Well, hopefully those guys will be on the sidelines encouraging the guys who are going out there and helping them when they come off the sidelines during the game by giving them some tips on what they see and what they've experienced. That's true teamwork. And if you want to get to the playoffs, if you want to have a big push, you have to have that on your squad.
Stafford to his #1 guy Cup for a Los Angeles first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 112 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A few issues here on the offensive line, apparently. He got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 14 carries, 69 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Lyman can sit their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
Open man is Juwan Jennings. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. The Niners at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Garoppolo completes it to the tight end Kittle. These Rams and Niners met 3 times a season ago. The Niners had the Rams number in the regular season, winning 31-10 in Santa Clara, and then again 27-24 in overtime in the season's final week. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood. You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Now they nab the rookie there for the 5-yard penalty.
So much going through his head. You know it just has to be, right? All of his assignments, and realizing every game he plays, one of the better players in the league will be opposite him.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Sliding out of the pocket. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And this defense for the Niners, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
It's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Stafford to Higbee there. Rams first down. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. Stafford going to give this to Akers. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Stafford. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
Already up 2 touchdowns. How about that drive killer of a sack there to add to their good play? This offense coming away with no points now when some kind of score was desperately needed.
Dixon now to punt it away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw complete there to McLeod. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner first down.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. And, Charles, it's not very often an elite back becomes available. They jumped on him. I think they were smart to do so.
I agree, and we hear so often about how the running back position is devalued. But when you have a chance to get one of the truly best, top of his game, you go out and get him.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete. That's Jennings. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Boy, the pursuit there, terrific from the linebacking core.
Oh, it certainly was, because so many times on an option play, you'll see a linebacker make a beeline for the quarterback and then zip, one cut, and he's grasping at air. But this time, he locked in on him the whole way, took an excellent angle, and his grasp came up with the quarterback.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there, because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
The Niners on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. To throw is Garoppolo. Escaping the press. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowsky to punt the football. Back deep, Brandon Powell. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10. At their own 11. Back to throw, Stafford. They'll get this one to Kupp, complete. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. And he's got this to Jefferson. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 4th down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. Gay's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. 13 yards there and a Niner first. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago. And that one is still scoreless as they play in the second quarter. Next, we head out to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams, and they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first two quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told him exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Here's Stafford now on second down. And that one complete downfield to Kupp. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 26. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. Oh, what a move. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And here he'll get it down to the 7. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. Third and 4. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll dump this off to Akers. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. Fourth and 3.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
On 4th down, Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Van Jefferson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Rams' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And a nice job there skipping away from the 1 tackle and ends up getting 5 yards out of that. 2nd down. To throw is Stafford. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
Here's one of the longest tenured members of the Super Bowl champs, Tyler Higbee, making the first down. 7th year as a starter for L.A. Just a stable presence for the Rams at the tight end spot with a dash of dynamic plays along the way. One of those starters who may be overlooked, but a key part of why they won the Lombardi Trophy.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing on 2nd down. Stafford over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Stafford. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down. They couldn't get anything going there out of the right side of the flat of the swing pass. And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play. On the give, this is Akers. And one more time. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 65 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Stafford on 1st down. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. So nothing doing there, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And able to find Higbee, it's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 12-yard line. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Stafford. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg it. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
This one no doubt important for Matt Gay. He connected on his first, this from 41. And Gay knocks this one through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Well, he's certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. On play action, it's Garoppolo. They'll roll, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Aaron Donald, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Back to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 13. Now Stafford. Caught left side, Hopkins. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On first down, it's Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. Again, it's Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. Stafford to Kupp there for a Rams first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Rams.
On the handoff, it's Akers. He'll get this up to about the 44. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Going right back to Akers. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Stafford. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run this with Akers. Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. 2nd and short now following the fumble. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And he gets it down to the 32. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Now a run with Akers. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's Akers. Down right around the 25. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. Gay's kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
Garoppolo and the Niners now. Down 17-14. Under a minute 20 to go. Now they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Garoppolo to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Garoppolo. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Troy Hill picks it. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee. Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the 1st quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Rams, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys.